for just $10.
To order Snap 2.0 for $10 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-657-7908 or order online at snap20.com.
Welcome to Good Morning Pahrump. I'm your host, Dan Jaquish. We're here today with Glen Lerner. Welcome to the show.
How you doing?
So you're opening a new office here in Pahrump. Tell us about that.
We just, about maybe 2-3 months ago, we just thought it might be a good idea to open in Pahrump, but one of my employees had recently moved out here, and she was just talking about the opportunity here and that she felt that the Valley was underserved out here.
Mm-hmm. So where's your new office? Where is it at? And I know you're having your grand opening today.
What street's it on? Yeah, right across from Nevada State Bank.
Okay.
I got to get my bearings here. I'm not too caught up on everything in Pahrump yet, but I will be.
Okay. I've heard your commercials for a long time out of Las Vegas. Sure. I've heard you on the radio and seen you since I moved here in 2006. How did you get started out here?
I think I got started out here in 1991 in Vegas. I actually wasn't even living here. I was out in LA, and my parents had just moved here recently, and they said, why don't you come out? There's a lot of opportunity. So in 1990, I came out and started clerking for a firm until I passed the bar, and then just basically went off on my own.
So what does your firm specialize in right now, or don't you specialize?
You can't use the word specialize. The bar doesn't like that. So we practice primarily personal injury law, I guess, as most people know. We're actually one of the largest personal injury firms in the country now. Got offices all over the country. Got 3 offices in Vegas, 6 offices in Phoenix, 3 offices in Chicago. We're in Minnesota, New Orleans, and Florida.
Wow, so you're getting to be nationwide now.
Yeah, got about 40 attorneys nationwide now, and a support staff of 125 to 150 people. So,
wow,
it's grown. Certainly from very humble beginnings when I was working maybe 18, 20 hours a day all by myself and typing every letter and doing every single pleading myself.
Well, it's paid off
I learned
now.
a lot. Yeah, it's just I think it's always good to start off like that. You got to start off doing everything so you can always train everybody to do everything, and everybody will know what's expected.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good. I was certainly humbled a lot in the beginning. So I never forgot where I came from. I grew up pretty humbly anyways.
So where did you get started in Las Vegas? What kind of firm did you get started with?
Just when I passed the bar, I went to work for a tiny little place called Budget Legal, and after 3 months, I bought the place from the attorney that owned it at the time, Macy Yampowski, who I was friends with, and then I've been on my own ever since.
Wow.
And so for almost 21 years, I've been on my own.
So what are some of the more interesting things you've done in Las Vegas, or you've seen in that area?
Is this a G-rated, or what are the ratings on this show?
PG-13 plus.
I tune in after 11, and we'll take it a little further. But oh gosh, Vegas. Vegas has been an amazing city in a lot of respects. Certainly you have your highs and your lows, and you've seen you see a lot of things certainly, but it's certainly one of the more interesting places in America. Mm-hmm. I went from New Orleans. I lived in New Orleans right before I moved to Vegas. I went to LA for a few months, but so you go from New Orleans, which is kind of Sin City, mm-hmm. to Vegas, which is, I call it going from like AAA. New Orleans was AAA. Vegas is the major leagues. Mm-hmm. So it was fun though when you're a young guy, in your mid-20s and just starting off in Vegas. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. I had a good time in Vegas.
So your grand opening here in Pahrump today, what time is that going to start?
That starts at 11 o'clock and it goes to 1 o'clock.
Okay. And you guys are going to have a barbecue, a free lunch over there?
Yes, sir. Free lunch, face painting for the kids, some prizes, a band. They're actually pretty good too. I don't know, just a bunch of stuff. The girls in my office did a great job putting it together.
So your office here in Pahrump, what is your office here going to do? It's just going to be a general office, or
Primarily personal injury. I mean, 95% of what we do nationwide is personal injury. We do a lot of commercial litigation in Vegas. We have about 4 or 5 attorneys, and that's what they do. They represent a lot of the big developers and things like that. But besides that, really what we do is personal injury, and we do some criminal law. So we'll do some criminal law out here and some bankruptcy, but it's primarily personal injury. That's where we've made our money over the years.
What kinds of things are involved in personal injury? What if you were injured? What kind of situation would you need to go to an attorney for, or should you?
If you were hurt through no fault of your own, if you got in a car wreck, somebody rear ends you, you want to get an attorney. If you represent yourself, usually you have a fool for a client. I mean, it's the old adage, but it's the truth. I've done this. I've represented over 50,000 people. Who would you rather handling your case? Someone who's done this so many. I do it every single day. The people that work for me do it every day. Or you, it's the first time it's ever happened. You're like, what do I do? It's just what we do. If something happens to my car, I don't try to fix it myself. It's not what I do. I bring it to a mechanic. This is what we do.
So if let's say you were in a car accident, would that be that would be something where you would immediately call for personal injury if you were in an accident?
I think it's, certainly, primarily what we do is car accidents. 90% of what we do is car accidents. And the rest of the stuff is, slip and falls. My favorite slip and fall I think I've ever seen was, I thought someone was putting me on when I saw it. A lady was walking into one of the casinos and she slipped on a banana peel. I said, is someone joking? Because I like this case. But yeah, primarily we do is car accidents, where the other person is at fault. We don't represent the at-fault drivers. We represent the people whose fault it wasn't. So if you got the ticket, we'll help you if you have issues with the ticket or trying to get the ticket fixed or, reduced or fight the ticket. But, we're going to represent the people getting the accidents usually.
Glenn, what's your website, real quick, and how can somebody call your office?
It's 877-1500. Call 877-1500. I think everybody just knows that one. And if they're outside of Vegas, if they want to call toll-free, it's 1-800-GET-GLEN. And then the website is glenlerner.com.
Okay. Well, Glenn, we've got to go to a commercial break. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more Good Morning Pahrump. Stay tuned.
Jem's Barbecue and Catering is Pahrump's home of homemade meals. At Jem's, you'll find a full lunch and dinner barbecue menu, like barbecue pork, beef, or chicken sub sandwiches. Or how about succulent barbecue surf and turf skewers? Oh, so good. Along with a variety of authentic Asian cuisines. Dine in or take out. Stop by today or call 751-3672. That's Jem's Barbecue and Catering, located next to Patty's Pub near Mountain View Casino.
Nevada Treasure RV Resort in Pahrump, Nevada has been coined a jewel in the desert, and with good reason. Drive in and discover for yourself the most beautiful, clean, well-manicured RV resort anywhere in Nevada. As an RVer, you'll find 200 manicured sites with amenities to choose from. Some include tiki huts, outdoor gas barbecues, horseshoe pit, and an on-site 9-hole putting green nearby. All RV spaces are close to the clubhouse that offers a full bar and grill for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, a 6-lane modern bowling center, a large, fully equipped world-class fitness center, 2 well-maintained swimming pools with multi-tiered waterfall, soothing jacuzzi, tiki bar, and a bath shower changing area adjacent to a full-service laundry facility, and an on-site convenience store. For the rally-minded RVers, there's also a large conference center, meeting rooms, reception area, and full catering service to meet your needs. Discover for yourself Nevada's jewel in the desert. Visit Nevada Treasure RV Resort online or call 1-800-429-6665 for your reservations today.
Have you been to an LJ's Market lately?
Hi, I'm Crystal for LJ's Markets.
Stop by any of our store locations. With every $20 or more cash fuel purchase, receive 2 free hot dogs and a free fountain drink. Remember, visit any LJ's Market location at 372 in Bowling, Flag and Simpkins, or right here at Pahrump Valley in Man. Be sure to stop in an LJ's Market today.
LJ's Market, serving neighborhoods in Pahrump with 3 convenient locations.
Welcome back to Good Morning Pahrump. I'm your host, Dan Jaquish. We're here today with Glen Lerner, and we were just talking about personal injury and all the stuff that you guys do. Tell me a little bit more about the corporate litigation you were talking about.
We have 4 or 5 attorneys in our Vegas office, and they represent a lot of developers that have had, obviously a lot of people have had issues. So, trying to help them get out of problems, car dealers, a lot of the bigger car dealers that have had issues. But we have some outstanding commercial litigators. Corey Eschweiler in my office is, one of the finest attorneys I've seen anywhere. I mean, he's highly respected. Adam Smith in my office, Joe Schmidt. They just do a great job. Joe Schmidt's an amazing contracts attorney. Sharp dudes, One of the great things when you own a business, and I think I've been very blessed in that I'm a relatively humble guy, even though people probably think I have this big personality. I'm not, but I always try to hire people smarter than me. And you're the smartest guy when you do that, I don't need to be the smartest guy there. I know how to run the ship. I run a pretty good business. I run it like a business, and I hire really good people. People that care about people, though. I look at it as a team. I try to run my office. My model for running my office is the New England Patriots. I'm the owner, Bob Kraft, That's my job. I provide the leadership, the ownership, but then, this guy's the offensive coordinator, this guy's the defensive coordinator, and the motto is do your job. Don't worry about the other people doing, do your job. If everybody does your job, a business runs smoothly. And you have policies and procedures in place. But as I've grown, and I couldn't grow to the size that I've gotten now if I didn't have policies and procedures and certain protocols to keep running it better and being more effective,
So in addition to all these other things, you're mainly in the personal injury. That's what you do mainly, is personal injury.
Sure. 95% of what we do is personal injury, and 90% of that is car accidents. Whether they're car accidents or they're big wheel accidents, big trucks, whatever.
Tell me about some of the work you're doing with defective drugs.
Yeah, the first big defective drug case I got involved in was back in 2000 and 2001 with Fen-Phen. And, that was really, we were very successful with that, and we were able to help a lot of people. And then since then we've been involved with Vioxx and a number of other recalled drugs and products. Right now, one of the big ones we're doing is transvaginal meshes, which is it's just a catastrophe what's happening to these poor women. Women that have had urinary incontinence and they've had this mesh put in, and they've just had some, not everybody, but certainly some people have experienced horrible injuries from these things. So if anybody's had a transvaginal mesh and they've had injuries, certainly we'd love to talk to them. Pradaxa, the blood thinner, has been causing a lot of problems. Been working on Accutane cases now. Accutane, the acne medicine, for several years now. DePuy hip replacements, any type of metal-on-metal hip or knee replacement. And so we've been doing a lot of that, doing that all over the country, actually.
So when one of these procedures or defective drug, when they start having, how does it get started with somebody starting to have problems with it, and then you start noticing more and more? And
well, I think what happens is that someone will have a problem, then another person will have a problem, and as they start reporting this and the doctors or other people start finding out about this, then nationally it starts leaking that there's something wrong, And so eventually, the lawyers hear about it. And, everybody says, well, lawyers are just into this for money. But when you think about it, what are we? Lawyers are the police for the corporations. We police the corporations. You do something bad, you're going to have to answer to us. And how do you don't go to jail. These guys never go to jail. They know these products are bad half the time. You know, I mean, you think about the Firestone, when they had the recall on the Firestone tires. We represented 3 people that died. And you know what? So you get some people some money, they look at it, people walk away with a few $1 million. Whoa, that's a lot of money. Yeah, you get someone dead in your family. And that's what they do. All right, we knew that 6 million tires were messed up in our Decatur, Illinois facility.